Welcome to this week's The Choice. And what are we doing? Well, we're chasing swamp lizards back down in Florida.
Yeah, we're gonna head back down to Florida, Osceola Outfitters, and we're gonna do some gator management this week. We're taking our Brownings and our Griffin Armament silencers on there.
Yes.
Deadly
We are
combination.
silent but deadly.
I think you're silent but deadly in other situations too. But anyways, we're gonna go down there. The great thing about gator hunting is it's fun, it's an adventure. Gator tail, gator meat is pretty good on the table too. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. And we're down there with the Kempfers again, so we're gonna have a blast. So should we get
Bottom line, get the family hunting, and you'll never have to hunt for the family.
There you go. Wow.
I just come up with that.
You're on it.
Quick. I'm very quick.
Okay.
Well, we have an overcast day, the winds picked up, and Hoppy said, let's go get some gators. And it's actually my turn. I haven't shot a gator in many years, so I'm pretty pumped up and excited.
The reason why.
Yeah, he'll probably put me on like a 3-footer.
Well, it's been a while since Ralph got an alligator, so I had him a tag ready to go. So we decided to take a bit of a ride and look for some gators, and water tables down low. You know, gators are going to be a little bit easier to be spotted now.
There are gators everywhere, and they're all up on shore. We just saw about a 9.5, 10-footer with a bunch of other gators. Now, there's a pile of them, all small ones right there. A lot of the water is gone.
Wasn't long, we come across a really nice alligator laying up in the grass right along the edge of this pretty much dried up canal. I don't even stop on this alligator. I just drive right on by him. He's right alongside the road in a deep canal system. All right, we're gonna drive back by him, mark the location.
Mark it.
Because if we stop to gawk, he's going in the water.
Do I pull the cap off and drop it? You see him? Yep. As we went down this canal, they saw a monster, like the biggest gator I've had an opportunity of in 20+ years here. And he's right down there. The wind is swirling a little bit, but I got my new Browning 223 with my Griffin, baby. They ain't gonna know what hit him.
We drove on down, parked the vehicle, put a plan together, made a stalk on this alligator. We knew where the bottle was in the road, so I knew in relative terms where that alligator was laying. So Ralph and I, we put a stalk on this alligator, and when we get up into the area that we know he's at due to the location of that bottle that we had dropped as a marker, and we get on our bellies like two big walruses, and we start wallowing our way up.
This is a pretty big gator. We'll be lucky if we can pull this off. Go on and get on the right-hand side. Oh, jeez.
We crawl into position. Ralph gets the rifle on him. We've got a little bit of grass in the way.
You see his eye? There's too much grass low in me. Can you see his eye? No.
He has to kind of reposition himself.
I need to move just a hair.
Moving slowly, because these big gators do not put up with any kind of movement, especially human movement. He repositions himself, finally sees this alligator's eye, takes the Browning rifle and puts a great shot on this big gator.
Got it. Okay, ready?
Nice, nice. Put one in his back, right behind his shoulder there. Nice. Woo! Stud. Tinking big
That
gator.
was a fun hunt, buddy.
That is a whopper of a gator.
Woo! We belly crawled, we did a Tonka tumble, we did whatever we had to do, huh? You know, you don't think that you have to be, you know, you have to really hunt these. There's proof. Because if we would have silhouetted ourselves, he'd have been gone. If the wind, he would have got our wind, he'd have been gone. But instead, that Browning 223 didn't even hear it. He went boop, because of our griffins. I gotta love them. I love them. You know, what do you say? Year after year after year, we we come down here and we have a blast. You gotta come and gator hunt. It's so fun. Middle of the day, you can see the sun straight above us, and these gators, because of the front moving in, like Hoppy and Sage said, they're gonna be up on the banks, and sure enough, every gator we saw is up on the bank, and more than anything, we got it done. Huh?
We got it.
We got her.
Big one. 11'2".
Woo, baby.
Your biggest.
My biggest gator to date.
This segment was brought to you by Browning, the best there is. The choice is brought to you by Bass Pro Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Alps, exceed your expectations. Browning, the best there is. Cold Steel, anytime, anywhere. Cyclops Lights, get out of the dark. Easton, made in the U.S. since 1922. Gammo, adult precision air guns. Hoyt, get serious. Get Hoyt.
Well, after we got Ralph's alligator, Vicki was up next.
But there's something weird about him. What's so weird about him, Ralph? He looks weird.
Oh my goodness, look what I have.
I was looking at him and I was trying to figure out what was going on with him.
It's the hunchback of Kemper Ranch.
Well, that is pretty cool and weird all at the same time. We were glassing him and he looked weird to me. I was like, I can't figure out what's wrong with him. I thought, oh, maybe it was just the way he was laying. No, he's got a big bump in his back.
We rode on looking for alligators. We spotted this big gator in this small reservoir, which had pretty much dried up to a water hole at that point. A lot of fish movement in there because the fish were congregated. Several gators in the pond. And we had spotted this big alligator laying along the shore. We put a stalk on him. We had a great levee system around this reservoir, so we come up the backside of that levee. We walk up on top of the levee, and I'm just kind of looking at the whole situation there, trying to figure out what we're gonna do next, and Vicki grabs my arm, and there's the big gator. Oh, dear heavens. There he was.
Should we just sit down? What if we just sit?
I'm gonna sit down and wait on him. We're not ready. He immediately sees us and sinks to the bottom. When the gator went down, we hurried, got into position, sat down, got the gun on the rest, sat motionless for a few minutes.
That's him.
Where?
He's over there.
Vicki notices down to our right, there's the gator. He's down to our right. Well, we don't have a shot at him from where we're sitting, so we have to get up and move.
Okay, I'm gonna try sneaking out of here.
Let's roll to the right so he doesn't see us.
We get up and move, go back behind the levee, work our way down.
We're repositioning ourselves on this gator. He's laying facing the shore.
We come over the top of the levee, and when we come over the top of the levee, I can see the gator facing dead away from us. Vicki and I get on our bellies, we crawl up into position.
We want to go an inch to the right of his eye.
As we're discussing, bullet placement, this alligator just all of a sudden starts moving, and I thought he's gonna crawl up on the shore. This gator crawls up, turns broadside. It was like a shooting gallery. He just turns right in. We've got a perfect broadside target.
He's dead. He's dead, Vicki.
Look at that big fat thing laying over there.
Oh my gosh. Well, he's dead. Ha! So now Hop's just making double sure of it, so we don't have any accidents, because that's when you think they're dead, that's when the accidents happen. You don't want them to open up their mouth. Well, that was kind of fun. Came over here, got set up, he moved, came back over here. But the best part, I think, was us crawling like alligators up over the hill. Besides this being a beautiful gator, that big guy's still in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw him. We did.
So there was 2 big ones.
There's 2 big gators in here.
2 big ones.
Pretty dang cool. Hop,
What's
thank
that?
you so much.
That show back to 1.
Back to 1.
Yeah. Lake Placid.
Oh. I was like, what?
There's
Do you have
2.
any
There's
Wait, you
2
have
back to
cows
1.
out here, right? You have cows out here. Maybe we could feed a cow to that
There
one,
is.
and then he could come
Well,
up.
that's the problem right now. You see how low the water is.
Yeah.
Cows come down to drink. Not mostly the cow, but the calves is what
Yep.
they're preying on. So,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Hop.
you betcha.
Appreciate it.
Boy, they are chewed up. Look
He
at
is
the
all beat up. His tail's all chomped up on.
holes in his legs.
Dang, poor guy.
Yep. All right, let's get him
awesome.
loaded.
You got it.
This segment was brought to you by Bass Pro Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. This segment was brought to you by Easton, advancing archery's legacy since 1922.
So we get Aubrey out. She's on a gator hunt now. We go down. We spot this alligator in this water hole. I see one. I can see the gators. Aubrey and I crawl through the brush. We come up over this little berm. We're trying to get in position where we can get a shot through the brush. We're finally getting into position, and we get spotted. The gator goes down. He went down. You know what? While he's down, let's move around to a little better open area. Let's crawl back out of here. Come on, let's go back out. Let's go around this side, maybe. And as I'm looking into the water hole there, the pond that he's in, I noticed there's a hog floating in there. This gator had taken a hog, and I knew, you know, this gator at some point is gonna probably give us a shot if we can just get into position. We were able to kind of stand in the limbs of this big cypress tree, and it made a natural blind around us. So we wait, and we wait, and we wait a little longer. We're still waiting. I made the comment, I said, look, from the experience of doing this, when you're ready to quit, wait 5 more minutes. Case is in the background, and he says, Dad, this gator's acting like he's bigger than a 5 or 6 or 7 foot gator. I said, you are correct. We see some movement, we see some bubbles coming up, and all of a sudden he crests the top of the water without making a ripple. He just appears. No, there he is, straight across. You're looking right at him.
Yeah.
What is that, the back of his head?
It looks like the back. Yeah.
Can you pull that shot off?
I can try.
You've got to hold it right on him. There's not much margin for error there. You see the 2 little black spots? You want to center it, dead center.
In the top pin, right?
Hmm?
The top.
Top pin.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Dead gator. What a shot. What a stinking shot. Unbelievable. Go get him, Case. Let me pick this gun up. Case is going to get a hook in him.
Good job, girl. Thanks.
That is a freaking awesome shot. I did not expect you to really pull that off.
Me either.
So we get around there, Case gets around there, gets a hook into this alligator. We pull this thing up. This gator's way bigger than 7 foot. I think when we finally finished measuring this thing, he was like 9'2", 9'4", a lot bigger than we expected, which was even better. Explained why the hog was floating in the pond. Just glad it was a hog and not a calf. Yay, Aubrey.
Well, thank you so much.
You done a great job shooting right there.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It's a long wait. You know, we saw this gator. We snuck up over the bank. He seen us getting in position, went down.
Had
We
to
saw his
move.
bubble.
Yep.
We moved in position, got us a little natural blind over there, and we just waited. And he stayed down, what, 30 minutes?
Yeah, it felt
And
like
he
forever.
pops up facing away from us with that much target.
Insane.
You
Insane.
drilled him perfect. We got rid of another big gator that was causing problems. Fortunately, the hog in the pond is not a great loss to us, but all these cows you've seen come through here could have and would have been and probably have been.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And he's still moving.
That's just nerves. Just nerves. Okay. Very good.
Let's get him out of here.
Let's go.
Okay.
This segment is brought to you by Griffin Armament, Engineered Silence. The Choice is also brought to you by Hunter Specialties, serious hunting tools. Muddy, serious gear for serious hunters. Spy Point, connected to your passion. True Glow, when brightness counts, count on True Glow. Traditions, feel the difference. Tracker, built for love of country. The Choice is also brought to you by these fine sponsors.
All right, we're out taking a little ride looking for some alligators. I've got my daughter-in-law Blakely up here with me. This will be her first alligator hunt.
And me and Blakely already had a plan that my dad was gonna take her because we had a surprise for him and everybody else there.
We weren't out very long and we'd spotted a really nice alligator partially laying on the bank, and we actually put a stalk on this alligator, and when we got up into position, he had seen us and went down. Oh, he's swimming to the right. See his bubble trail? Go ahead and pick your gun up. Let's move down. We repositioned ourselves a couple of times by watching his bubble trail on the bottom, and we kind of knew a general area where he was going to pop back up at. What we're doing is waiting for the bubbles to come up, and what it is he's churning the bottom as he moves, and the gases from all of the rotten vegetation on the ground is released, and then we know he's moving, and that keys us in on where his area is that he's at. I would say it was probably a good 30 minutes this alligator stayed down on the bottom, and finally he started to move a bit, and the bubbles started coming up, and we kind of readied ourselves. Gator comes to the surface. Shoot him right in the eye. Got him. You got him. That's gator hunting right there. That's a smart gator.
Very smart.
I mean, we haven't
smart
even...
enough.
Me and Blakely waited till Ralph and Vicki got here to tell my dad that he was gonna be a grandpa because we wanted to get his response on camera. I wasn't nervous. No, I wasn't nervous. Now Blakely was nervous.
So happy this is first ever gator for me, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, well, first ever grandchild for you.
What? You? Are you kidding me?
Kid you not.
The blind sow found an acre? Oh my goodness. Are you joking?
No. Right there.
Oh my word.
Really? Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited to find out that we've got a grandbaby on the way, and I guess the next step is to see whether it's going to be a boy or a girl. Not that it really matters. We'll be happy for sure, whatever it is. Well, congratulations, son. Thank you. Congratulations. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well.
So two and one.
Huh?
Two for one.
Two babies?
No.
Oh. I'm like, whoa, hold on.
No.
Whoa.
No, the alligator and this baby.
You got a gator and a baby on the way.
That was cool.
It was so much fun.
Chasing prehistoric critters like a gator,
Yes.
you know, in the lower 48 is just a blast. It's just fun.
Do they have them in the upper?
I don't know. No, but I'm talking about like if you go to Africa for
The thing
crocodiles.
is, oh,
my
okay.
gosh.
I was just checking.
Trying to just show my
You know
world
what? Here's
experience.
the thing: is that There are so many gators out there nowadays. At one point in time, they were endangered,
Yep.
but there is a huntable and management
When
needs
you
to be
put
done.
value on any
Yes.
animal, any species,
Right. And
history speaks for itself.
And the thing is that by going out and hunting alligators now, you've got food on the table, you've got alligator hides to make new purses or boots or a wallet or a gun sling.
Gunsling, gun cases.
I mean,
all
there's so
kinds
many
of
things
cool
you can
stuff.
do. I mean, you guys really need to give it a try. Give Hoppy a call. It is a blast. We had so much fun down there.
Oh,
We really
no.
did.
And I mean, they are fully set up to do it all. And I mean, whether
Yep.
you want to do it in the daytime or, you know what I mean,
Bow fishing
nighttime
at
archery,
nighttime,
bow
right.
fishing,
Yep.
you can do it.
Yeah, so thanks for making your choice.
The choice.
And we'll see you next week.
Closed captions brought to you by Wounded Warrior Outdoors, providing wounded service men and women with therapeutic outdoor adventures.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
What's wrong?
That's messed up. Sage, I thought we were friends. I thought we were closer than that.
Like, what are you yagging about? The leech or,
The leech.
like, have you ever ate one?
No.
Like this?
I can't believe you even let it touch your face.
It fell off. Come on.
Ick.